Welcome to the channel. In this video, we will be talking about how do we split the line breaks into different columns in Microsoft Excel. So if you have watched my previous video, so we have talked about the line breaks, which is using alternate enter, and also how do we identify line breaks in our data. So if you have not watched the previous video, I will put the link in the description below. So in this video, we will be talking about how do we convert line breaks into different columns, and tools that will be used in this video would be find and replace and also text to columns. So let's go to the data and we look at how do we deal with that. So this is a sample data, so you probably have a data that has more than one columns or multiple columns, so you can just copy paste to another new worksheet, or you can actually move it to the last columns. So now as you can see from here, we have two line breaks here. So in one cell we have 3 lines, 2 line breaks, right? So in total, of course, we have 4 cells here, but it doesn't matter how many rows we have here. Okay, now what we want to do here is that, of course, we want to do a text to column so that you can actually split the text into different columns. But how do we do that is that we first need to change the line break into a character that is not in the data, right? So usually you can use underscore if, let's say, underscore is not used in your data and so on. Okay, so because text to column that we will be using later will split the text based on the delimiters, which is a unique character. Okay, so now you can select the whole data. So usually what you can do is you can use your mouse to click at the first row and then Control Shift down, right, to select the whole columns of the data. Then you press Control H to bring up this find and replace window. Okay, so now over here, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so what we want to find here, if let's say the find and replace window that you see is not this one, probably it would be like this. So you can click at the option to have more options. So you can actually close this one. Okay, so now what we want to find is the line break. So you cannot type in line breaks here. So what you do is you press, when the cursor is blinking here, as you can observe here, right? So you press Ctrl J on your keyboard, right? So you can see I press Ctrl J and then I leave it there. You can't see anything in this box here. Move to the next text box and what you want to replace it with. So let's say we replace it with a comma, right? So and then you click replace all. So that will probably that will be basically complete the job that we need. So we have done 8 replacement because there are 2 line breaks in one cell, right? So in total 8 line breaks. Okay, click OK and then close this window. So you can see now the data is just having no longer line break. So I can actually make the column width larger, and then you can see they will become one line. Okay, so if you want, you can just auto fit the row so that it looks nicer. Now, the next step is that you want to change the comma into different columns, right? So under data tab, click at the data tab here, and then go to text to columns here. So click at this button. And then of course over here, let me zoom in so that we can see what are the options that I'm selecting, right? So we choose delimited. So you will probably choose fixed width if, let's say, every column has like 10 characters, 20 characters, and so on. So choose delimited and then click next. And then of course what we have just now was change the line break into comma, right? So click a comma. You can see that now it becomes 3 columns, and then you can click next. And then of course you can do some formatting here, text to column, but all this leave it as general will do. Okay, and then click finish. Okay, done. So let me zoom out and you can see that now let's do some auto fit of the column, and of course you can do some formattings on the cell, right? So you can see now you have the address, phone, and so on. Okay, so in case if you want to further clean up the data, say that you don't really need to show the phone, the word here every row, right? So you can actually do a very quick find and replace again. So like what we did just now, so over here, right, you just type in what you want to replace. Don't forget one space here, so you can check at the what I type at the bottom here, right? So press the tab and then just remove everything. So make sure that there's nothing in the replace with, and then you can click replace all. Okay, so it should be a name space and replace all. Okay, let's see, close this one. Let's copy this one, Control H, replace this one with nothing. Right, so replace all. Okay, so probably some typo just now. Same thing here. Now you want to change this to font, semicolon, and then replace all. Okay, right, same as here as well. Okay, so of course cleaning up data, you have multiple ways of doing that. So this is one of the common way. You can also use Power Query, which we will look into in the next video. So now once you have this one done, you can basically just change the headers, right? So now in this video, we look at how do we change the one column data just now into like 3 columns without line breaks. Okay, so that would be basically what we want to discuss in this video. Okay, right, so thank you for watching, and in the next video we will talk about text to rows. So there is no text to rows features in Excel, so we will look at if, let's say, we have a data that you would like to split into different rows or different columns. In different columns, we talked about that using text to column previously. So now we are looking at text to rows. If in order to do that, basically what you can do is text to column and then copy paste transpose. Okay, so that is one way. Another way is that you can use a Power Query method, so which we will discuss in the next video. So remember to subscribe to the channel and get notification of the next video. Thank you for watching. See you again in next video.